Today at the Beachcombing Center, we are talking about Cobalt Sea Glass. This is a piece of slag glass from the Maryland Glass Corporation that produced cobalt glass. And we're going to take a look at some of the sources for that today. Cobalt oxide produced the blue color that's in glass that was often used in poison bottles and in some of the sea glass that we find on the beach. That is pure sea glass that I'm showing, book by Richard Lamont. And these are some examples of the bottles that are where our sea glass comes from. Commonly milk of magnesia bottles, Bromo Seltzer bottles, and Vicks and Noxema jars are some of the most common sources for blue sea glass. More rarely, these are blue, cobalt blue ink bottles. Those are a little more rare. Poison bottles, this is a poison bottle and poison stopper. Poison bottles are also, so if they have ridges on the edges, that was in order for people not to take the poison in the dark. So that's why these ridges are on the bottles. In fact, the color cobalt was used for medicine bottles so that the bottles could be distinguished on people's shelves and as an indication that medicine was, what were the contents of the bottle. So that's sort of why that color was used initially. So the M in a circle indicates production by the Maryland Glass Corporation. The Maryland Glass Corporation was founded in 1907 and operated until 1980. The Emerson Drug Company started in 1891. The Emerson Drug Company was the producer of the Bromo Seltzer bottle in Baltimore. So the 1921 was the trademark on the Bromo Seltzer bottle, which is a popular bottle from which is sourced much of the cobalt glass that we find on the beach. Came in several sizes, more rarely this larger size. And the later screw top bottle that did have the M and the circle on the bottom. The milk of magnesia bottle here had that bottom. And then often we see the made in USA bottom as well on these bottles. So it's a highly collectible, highly desirable color to find on the beach. We don't find it as often as the other colors, depending on location. Here in Maryland, we find more of it because it was produced here, but in other locations, it's generally considered more of a rare color to find on the beach. But these are some of the sources. The Noxema bottle came in a number of sizes, the small octagon-shaped bottle, the more medium-sized, and then sort of the larger jars as well. That's sort of where a lot of our beautiful cobalt sea glass comes from. More rarely, the Cornflower Blue color that some of the later milk of magnesia bottles came in, or earlier milk of magnesia. Or sorry, the earlier milk of magnesia bottles. So if you find cobalt glass, which is why it would be more rare, that A, it's earlier, and B, it's just not as commonly found. So it means that less cobalt oxide was used in the glass during production. So these examples of this earlier cornflower blue color come from those earlier milk of magnesia jars. And I don't really have a good example. I had one with embossing on the front. I just don't have it here in this area. Some blue glass was produced by the Hazel Atlas Company, which you can see their logo right here. The H over the A is the Hazel Atlas. And I think that's all we have for right now. Oh, this is the front of the milk of magnesia. That's a little lettering from that front of that embossed milk of magnesia bottle. Thanks for joining us.